सर्वधर्मा स्थापकस्तं सर्वधर्मा स्वरूपकः आचार्याणां महाचार्यो रामकृष्णायते नमः रामकृष्णायते नमः. I bow down to the great teacher Sri Ramakrishna, who is the teacher of all teachers, and what he teaches? God realization. And he first said, God realization is the goal of human life. And what is this God? We think that God means so many different ideas are there, but God is nothing but happiness, complete happiness. And after realization of God, there is no desire at all. There remains no desire at all. And if we notice our life, we will find that everything that we do is for happiness. Everything that we do. We are getting educated, we are getting the job, we are getting married, we are becoming sannyasis, we are practicing spirituality. Each and everything is nothing but this, only for one thing, that is happiness. And the ultimate of this all happiness is God. So the God realization is very essential. But here we are going to discuss about moksha. It's not God realization. Beyond that. Friends, if we notice, you will find the Semitic religion, the three religions that came up from the same place, the Middle East, we can say, that Judaism, Christianity, Islam, their goal is heaven and God. But the Indian three religions, the Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, they don't talk about heaven or God. They talk about moksha, nirvana, mukti, liberation. So that is an above. It's taking the whole mind above the level. That is a unique conception. And we confused about the God realization and the moksha. What is the moksha? That is beyond God realization. God realization, of course, we also say the God realization. But after the God realization, there remains the duality. And when there is duality, there is always suffering. The moment there will be two, sometimes it will be happy, sometimes it will be separation that will create problem and suffering. So duality cannot give us complete happiness. It is absolute happiness only possible when we go to the ultimate root, that is the Brahman, that is the consciousness. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, in the beginning of his life, he said, God realization is the goal of every human life. But many of you know the 1st January, the 1886, and he said, let all of you be self-illumined. Tomader chaitanya hok. This chaitana, this consciousness, realization of the consciousness, that is the Brahman. So that is the ultimate. The God realization and then above that. Why this Semitic religion, they talk about God and they talk about the heaven and they stop over there? That is because of the economical, social condition. If we notice when these religions, they were growing up, and the condition of the society was terrible. They were under the subjugation of the Romans. They were tortured by those people. There was nothing was there. So in the Judaism, the great call, There's the land of milk and honey. Still they are searching for that land, the blessed land where they will get the milk and honey, the liberation, happiness and all that. And the same way the Christianity and Islam. But if we look at the Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, we find the Indian social condition, economical condition was so unique, so excellent. Everyone was affluent. And that is the reason they never thought about the heaven. What the heaven can offer us, can give us, a better life, that's all. But we are already in a better life. Everybody is happy, sufficient food, everything was there. So they never talked about the heaven, they talked about the moksha. So this is the social and economical and political condition. So spirituality also developed in that way. Now what is this moksha? Going back to the root. Where from we have come? From the consciousness. Well, if you talk about the science, it will be completely different. The other day, one gentleman was telling, the science do not agree with you. And that is the problem with the science, but not for us. Our thing is, always they say, have you noticed three things? Each and every being is having. We don't like to die. None of us. If you go to the hospice, where the people are counting their days, if you go and ask the individual, so, do you like to leave? They say, of course. Is there any medicine, good doctor? You can refer to me. They always, no one, even the ant crawling on the floor, don't like to die. None of us. We don't like to die. Second, we like to know. All of us are very curious to know. Today I was traveling with a family, they had a small kid, 4 or 5 years old. She was going on asking questions. The mother told, please don't make me crazy with your questions. Stop it. You're going on asking questions and non-stop. Why? Curiosity. That 5 years old, where from that curiosity came? School didn't teach, no one taught. Natural. And this curiosity is the curiosity to know, the capacity to know, the quality to know, where from it came? From the source. To survive eternally from the source. To know from the source. And we all like to be happy. None of us want to be unhappy. We don't like to suffer. It also came from the source. So the Hindu, after they examined this, then they said, our source is Sat Chit Ananda Sarupa. Sat means existence, eternal existence. Chit, knowledge, eternal knowledge. And Ananda, bliss, eternal joy, eternal happiness. That is the source. And from there, everything has been created. That is the reason. And unless we go back to the source, we will be dissatisfied all the time. We can never be satisfied. Sometimes some people say, this type of persons, they are always dissatisfied. And that is not the disqualification. That is the qualification of the human being. They are always dissatisfied. They like to know, they like to get more and more and more. But do not know where exactly we should go, we should knock, we should know, we should learn. And that is why the great teachers like Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, they come and then they teach. The God himself has created this universe, and his best creations are the human being. And not only that, each and every religion they say, the best creation of God is human being. Why? The Christians say, the God has created man out of his own image. What is the that means so many varieties of images, so many varieties of human being, then God, how he looks? It is not. It is the quality of a human being. The human can judge, can analyze, can understand between good and bad. So these are the unique capacity that the God has given to human being. The Muslims or to Islam also, they will say, after the creation, God invited all the angels to touch the feet of the human being, to bow before him, the human being, my best creation. The angels came and they obeyed the order of the God, except one, Iblis by name. And the God became angry and he banished him, and Iblis became devil. So this in Christianity. In Hinduism, the same we hear. In Bhagavata they say, the Brahma, the creator, after creation of everything, so he went to drink a little water from a tranquil pond, and he saw his own image reflected on the water. And he started loving himself. Oh, I'm so good, so wonderful. I like to create my last creation like this. So man was created out of his God's own image. So this way they try to tell us we are actually gods. We are, though we think in a different way, but we are gods. And we must have to realize this truth. And sometimes we are suffering, then we are understanding, then we are withdrawing, and then slowly that we go to, when we were children, we used to go to play. Then sometimes there will be misunderstanding, and then we used to say, no, we are not going to play with them. So another group of friends. Again some problem, another group of friends. We are going on searching for friends who will be like me and will be all the time happy, but we don't get it. It's so difficult. So ultimately we turn our minds within. Kaschid dhira pratyagatmanamakshat avritta chakshu amritattamiccham. So when they were going on searching externally, they were not happy. Then they turned their own. So who am I? If I can understand me, maybe I can understand my Creator. So then they close their eyes. Eyes means all the senses. Kaschid dhira. Dhira means the quiet type of people. And who can become quiet? Whose desires have been satisfied. They become quiet. All desires have been satisfied. Now, when I first came to New York, so obviously we should go to see the bull, the famous New York bull, and then the Statue of Liberty, and this and that, and the places Swami Vivekananda visited, Swami Vivekananda stayed. Second time came with lesson. Third, now he was telling Swamiji, do you like to go out? No. So desire is not there. So I know those places. So no desire. So after we complete all this, then our desires go down and we say we are satisfied. It's not necessary to go. Dhira means whose desires have been satisfied. All the desires satisfied? No. You have to sacrifice, you have to give up. Why? Understanding. Suppose I do that, what will happen? Look at that man, he also did that. And this is the result. I am not going to do that, I am not going to repeat. Putting the finger in a fire means going to burn. Shall I have to go and test it by burning my finger? No. I know that it happens like that. So that way you have to give up the desire, and when all desires are gone, you are dhira, you are quiet. Then your mind goes inside. And when you start searching inside, you find, my God, so many things are there, layers after layers. So first you break the first layer. That is the Sharira, Annamaya Kosha. In Sanskrit they say, Annamaya Kosha. Then Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha. They go on digging like that. So they compare. The animals are so satisfied if they get the food. If a cow is coming from India to America and getting the green grasses, it will be satisfied. It will cry, hey, where are my sisters, my brothers, my all other friends? Why I am here? I can't speak in Gujarati. They won't say that. Cow is happy with the grass, but human being, no. Even if you give lot of food and ask him, no, I will tie you with a rope, he will never be. So, Annamaya, it's good, food, but Manomaya is also important. So, Annamaya, then Manomaya, I need my friends, we like to talk, same type of thinking, we like to enjoy. This way they go and ultimately Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya Kosha. So when they go to the Anandamaya Kosha, they get the bliss, the Ananda, when they are closing their eyes and meditating and they are forgetting their own form and merging with that light. There is a tremendous joy, but that is also temporary. Again they come back to the life. Now again, if you think, when we sleep, we forget our body first. And if we are remembering our body in the sleep, we cannot sleep. Obviously, I forget the body first. Second step is the dream. And in the dream also, you are not getting proper rest. When you go back from also give up the dream and go into a dreamless sleep, that is the joyful condition. And when we wake up and say, oh, I had a wonderful sleep today. That means when there is no body consciousness, when there is no mind awareness, there is joy. So they go to the meditation. Same, in the meditation you are sitting, first you are forgetting your own body. You are starting that I am the stone, I am not this mind, the body, I am like a stone. And going deep into the mind and thinking the mind is at the feet of the Holy God, then you are merging with the God, which is nothing but consciousness, that happiness. So that is called Chaturtham, the Turiya. So these are all terminologies they use, but the two things are common. You have to forget your body, you have to forget your mind. And when you go to that Turiya, the ultimate state, and that is called moksha. And moksha means there is nothing but joy, the happiness. What happens? They say, mokshadare dwarpalascha chatvara parikirtita. Moksha dware, when you are going to enter into that moksha, eternal life, if we can say, eternal joy, eternal happiness, you have to cross 4 guards guarding that place. The first is Shamo, Bichara, Santosha, Sadhu Sangama. These are the 4 guards. Moksha Dware, Dwarpalascha, Chatvara, Parikirtita. If they say Parikirtita, they say that there are 4 guards. First is Sadhu Sangha. You have to go and talk to the sadhu. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna also mentioned the Sadhu Sangha. Shankaracharya said that 3 things are very, very rare in a human life. First is human birth, second, desire to be free, third, holy company. The most of the time we make the mistake in holy company. We do not understand that. Externally we see and we think that, oh, he is a very holy man. So this is it's good. I'm just remembering the one incident that happened in Andaman. Then one Swami, he was coming from, I think from Hyderabad to Andaman, Port Blair. He had already sent, I think nearly 500 devotees in a ship they came with a whole ship full. And the day they were supposed to have the yajna, he couldn't come, he couldn't reach. He was flying from there, he missed the flight. But the yajna was ready, what to do? Somehow he said, find if there is a Ramakrishna mission, request the Swami to go and lead the fire. So I was the only Ramakrishna mission, only Swami in Andaman, in Port Blair. So they came to me, I went because everything was ready because of him. I went and lighted the fire in the name of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna and Lord Vishnu. They are the followers of Lord Vishnu. Next day, the Swami came, and again he invited me to go. And the followers, they asked me to sit over there in the audience because he is the supreme holy person, and his seat was very wonderfully decorated. And for me, they said, you have to sit over here. Oh, it's okay. I was sitting, but the Swami saw from there, he recognized, he asked, please come here. Then he was leaving his own seat. I told him, no, you are the guru. All people are waiting for you. You should be in this seat. No problem, I will sit over here. So they somehow brought a good seat for. After that, he was having a beautiful, nicely, the presentation. At Ramakrishna Mission at that time in Andaman, we were so poor. So regularly we used to save the money, the saving and all that I stopped. Not necessary to save all the every day, to save money like that. Dress also was not very proper, and very my chappal was also that was also not very good anyway. I was there, not very presentable though. So our devotees are also going to touch his feet because he was having that wooden kadam that must be knowing, I don't know the English of the kadam, that he was having that, and that was also the golden, when he was putting the finger, that there everything was golden. So like that, it's a very costly thing. And he was wearing also the diamonds and all those things. So people are going to touch his feet. Then I found one of our devotees, he is passing. I told him, hey, at least you should touch my feet. Then he said, I will touch Swamiji, but you look at his feet, so wonderful, and golden shoes, let me go and touch that one. I told him, so that always goes, but this Swami came and he held my hand and said, I'm so sorry, that I know that I have to show up like this, otherwise I won't survive. I am all alone. So this is the way we survive. But my pranam at your feet, but publicly I cannot do that. So I told, okay, no problem. So this all goes in this way, sometimes external, sometimes internal. Look at the photo of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, so humble. If you look at him, you won't find that he's a religious God or not. The one gentleman came and he was telling, hey, in your shrine there is no God's picture or God's images. And why? Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is there, Ma Sharada. No, they're all human beings. The God means there should be Krishna, should be Rama or Shiva, and they should show the miracles. Otherwise, it is what? The Krishna lifted the whole Govardhana at the hill on one finger. If that is the condition to become a God, then nowadays all the machines are gods. They are lifting the heavy things. So who is God? We don't understand. God means love and unselfishness. God means love and unselfishness. And these two qualities we find in this tree that is sitting over here. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, full of love. When Swami Vivekananda was going to talk about him, he said, L-O-V-E personified. This is Sri Ramakrishna. And that love is not limited for everyone. For everyone. So mokshadare dwarpalascha chatvara. The four, first is sadhu sangha. This is called sadhu. Who is a sadhu? Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, whose body, mind, soul has been dedicated at the feet of God. He is a sadhu. He doesn't bother about anything else. He is a sadhu. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's life, if we study, or Ma Sharadamani Devi, is a unique life. So that sadhu. And when Shankaracharya is telling that last is the sadhu, the holy person, he will miss everything if we don't get the blessings of that or the guidance of that person. So we have to be very, very careful, and that depends on the blessings of God too. Otherwise, we'll make the mistake. Externally, so many things are there. One has to be very, very careful to choose that. We have God, the human body, that is so really, really blessed thing, human body. Secondly, at least a little curiosity about holiness, about God, about realization of God. That is also rarest of the rare thing. Millions and millions of people are there. They never think about God. Forget about God realization. Never think about any other thing. So that is really very scary. They always think about this body just like the animals. Always think about this body and never ever about the God. 1 or 2 pages of poems they will write, and they're saying that is great thing that we have done. That is what? The human mind should slowly, slowly elevate to the point of love, and that love which is percolating everywhere. I love my kith and kin, I love my family, I love my countrymen, that is there. But when there is no border and I can love each and every one, that is spirituality. So that is the teaching we learn from the sadhus. The one person was telling, the sadhu's life is like a very soft thing, like the clarified butter. But he said, even to melt that clarified butter, you need some fire. But sadhu's heart is so soft, so kind. When he hears or sees anything suffering, immediately his mind melts. So that is called sadhu sangha. Swami Vivekananda, externally he was a very stern looking person and behaved person, and he used to teach the Vedanta. And one day when he was teaching Vedanta in Belur Math, Girish Chandra Ghosh was passing. He was going to the Ganges to take a dip over there. Swamiji looked at him. Though Swamiji was very young, the Girish Ghosh was elderly, but even then he used to talk like a friend. He said, Girish, whole life you are doing this drama. You have not studied the Vedanta. Why don't you come and join us and learn a little Vedanta? Girish immediately, he is not a man to only quietly listen, immediately retaliated by saying, Naren, can you please tell me whether your Vedanta can wipe the tears of the widows or can remove the suffering of the orphans? Look around how people are suffering. Can your Vedanta solve these problems? The way he was expressing the suffering of the human society, Narendra got up from the seat and ran to the room and closed the door. Then Girish told his disciples, see, I love your Guru not for this Vedanta, but for his heart. I was just imagining some suffering. It never happened really. I was just imagining, I told those sufferings about the human suffering, and look the reaction. That is called sadhu. That he cannot restrain himself, and that is called sadhu. Sadhu means like that. And never ever any advertisement. Then I am like this, I am like that. Now sometimes some people by mistake they go on telling I attended this university, that college. That is very wrong for a sadhu. Or having the power of administration, power of the different type of connections with the government people. Never ever. The monks means, the sadhu means this. We have to understand that. So first is sadhu sangha. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said sadhu sangha. Then nirjan basa. Nirjan basa means you have to go and you have to go on thinking about the teachings of the monk. There are beautiful speakers are there, the professors, because they are having the control over the language. They can speak in so unique way. They are good writers. They'll be doing in such a wonderful way, presenting the things. But they are not sadhus. You have to understand that. One of the great teachers of Calcutta University used to come to teach the scripture in the Belur Math training center. You know, in Belur Math, the monks are getting training when they are brahmacharis, in the formative time, different type of scriptures. So scholars, they come, they teach sometimes. And some of the subjects are very special trainings are necessary. So this type of professors used to come and they used to teach us. Every day, before entering into the class, he will offer pranam to the students. Then one day, one of the brahmacharis they say, "Sir, you are our teacher. We are learning from you. Why you are offering pranam to us?" You know, that elderly person, he said, "Brahmachari ji, I teach only, but you practice. You will be the monk after that. You will really realize the truth that I am teaching. But I will never be able to do that. This is the difference." So monk means it's not the certificate, but the realization. So that fast, where I have to go to that guard who is guarding the dwara, the door of moksha, the liberation, is the sadhu. For sadhu sangha, one should pray to God. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling, for that you have to pray to God. Many of you have read the Gospel of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. And the person who first took the writer of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, the recorder, Master Mahasaya, Mahendranath Gupta, was Siddheshwar, Sidhu. Siddheshwar was his friend and relative too. The Siddheshwar took him to Thakur. Those who have read the very first pages of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, you know, both of them, they entered into the room of Sri Ramakrishna. They saw Sri Ramakrishna. Have you ever read or heard about that Siddheshwar? He didn't go back to Sri Ramakrishna again. He first took that Mahendranath up to that. Then he was not having any interest in learning from the God himself. The God was there. He went over there. He met the God. Even then he could not understand that and could not receive it. So that means you have to have the good karma phala in your past life so that you can recognize, you can understand, you can appreciate, you can receive the messages. Otherwise, no, it is not possible. So this Sidhu and Master Mahasaya, both of them they went. Master Mahasaya saw Sri Ramakrishna sitting. Immediately it revealed within him, oh, this is Shukadeva sitting and giving the instructions to his disciples. Master Mahasaya is noting. That was the way he saw Sri Ramakrishna. This person went, oh, he is a priest, and now he is retired perhaps, but people, they come to him, he is a good person, that much. And he was interested to go to see the temple outside. And he went and said, look at this, you beautiful, the flower garden, and beautifully they have presented these, and look at the architectural beauty of the temple. all they saw that, but didn't go inside. If you have noticed in the Hindu temples, they will be having lot of external architectural beauty in the temple. And today we were visiting Akshardham from outside. It's a beautiful, wonderful. All people are very much attracted to see those beauties only. I was visiting our Chicago temple, and one gentleman was there to receive me, and he was going on telling, so look at this. This whole piece of stone came from Italy, and they carved it from that stone, and this one from that, this one from that, stone. Then jokingly I told that all the stones are beautiful, costly stones are there, marvelous, but where is God? I came to see God. Please take me to God. If you go to this temple, it is so difficult to reach to God. It's all outside beautifully, and that way the whole world, everything is so beautiful. You are attracted and you are deviated. You don't go to the God. That is why if you go to Belur in Ramakrishna Mission headquarters, the moment you entered into the temple, only Sri Ramakrishna and nothing else. And there is only the light is there, and all other inside, not very bright, so that your mind is focused to God, you are going over there. And that is the teaching, Sadhu Sangha. The real sadhu will always guide you to God, not to the external things. So first we are having this, the Sadhu Sangha, and I think, is the time over? 4:30, right? Okay. So this is the way we have to understand fast. For the moksha, first we have to have the Sadhu Sangha. And for the Sadhu Sangha, I cannot judge. It is very difficult to judge. But you can feel the attraction. As I was giving the example of the Siddheshwar and his praying master Mahasaya, if you have the good karma in your past life, you will surely go to a really good person who will guide you properly. That is also, that's why Shankaracharya said that only by God's grace you can have this Sadhu Sangha. So one has to pray to God, please give me a holy company so that I can truly understand. Nowadays, I always suggest read the biography of Sri Ramakrishna and the gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. You will never get that holy company better than that. All the conception, the ideas about God and the practices will be very clear. You will understand what is God and why should we practice. Again and again, so many repetitions are there. And so many different types of examples are there. So this is the way the Sadhu Sangha goes, and one can understand how to become a holy person. I went to, that time we were, I think, ardent sannyasi, the first year, we were very happy. The four of us, we went to meet a very old monk. He was the direct disciple of Ma Sharadamani Devi, and he was in Benares. No, he was in Vrindavan. So we went to meet him over there. He was bedridden, her voice was very feeble. We went and offered our pranam and told the Swamiji, we saw the Vrindavan ashram, different type of developmental work is going on. And then he was asking something. The brahmachari who was attending him, he could understand. So he heard and told, Swamiji is asking, did you feel that it is your own? I thought it's okay. I said, yes, not understanding clearly what actually he is asking. Afterwards, after different experiences, I now understand he was asking, did you feel that it is your own, means Thakur's thing? We go to different ashrama, and that this is our ashrama, that is their ashrama. No, everything for Thakurs. The disciples belongs to Thakur. They are serving me, they are carrying me, but they belong to Thakur only. That's why they are. If I am not with him, the God, they will never turn to me, they will never look at me. So that is the thing we have to understand. The sadhu sangha, see, that old man lying on the bed, in one word, he cleared the idea that you have to love God, and wherever you go, you see the God's thing, God's people, and you feel joy as if you have come to your own people. This is the way we have to understand the sadhu sangha. Ma Saradamani Devi, apparently she was just any ordinary lady. But when the people used to go to her, they used to get completely changed. There was a police officer in those days, and some of the young boys who were, in the terminology of the Britishers, the anarchists, but they were our patriots. They took up the arms to fight against the British. So obviously they were chased. One or two, they used to go to Jairambati and used to hide over there. Obviously police also used to chase them. They used to go to the ashrama. There was a Bengali police officer, a notorious police officer. So one day he came on a horseback. Everybody was afraid what he is going to do. He'll be shooting, he'll be beating, arresting people. So what will happen? Ma Saradamani Devi was sitting, and then she told, please ask that officer to come and meet me. When the officer got down and came, he was full of ego. He was coming there. He sat with the mother. People could, from the distance, could see what is going on. The mother offered some food, fruits and sweets and some prasad to him, talked with him. And after that, people could hear that officer who came to arrest the young boys who were there as brahmacharis. He is telling, Mother, don't worry, I am here. Any problem, just tell me, I will solve it. Whole mind changed because of the sadhu sangha. There is the mother's power, the power of love. The way the mother, something she told, and he immediately felt, I have to protect mother. I have to protect this ashrama. That is the miraculous effect of sadhu sangha. So whoever comes close, they get changed. Friends, why we are discussing this? It is the rarest of the rare quality to inquire about God, to inquire about the religion, to practice. Rarest of the rare quality, you know, rarest of the rare. And we have got that. Today, so many people, and they are engaged in so many different ways. They are searching happiness, of course, in the company of their family, in the company of other places and all things. But a very humble and few people, you have come over here, you are sitting over here, listening to the talk, and slowly imbibing that, of course, I have to get this sadhu sangha. This thought only purifying the mind. What is the purification? Purification means when your mind is disassociating from the worldly things. The mind getting disassociated from the worldly things, that is a purified mind. And what is worldly things? Name and form. When we are only attached with those two, we are bound. And when we are not, we are purified. This purification is a unique thing. And when we are here, what ultimately we will have, that is the supreme joy, as we were discussing, the supreme joy we will have. This is called sadhu sangha. After the sadhu sangha, as Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, you should go to a secluded place, nirjan vasa, a secluded place. And why? Because you should go on pondering over the teachings, what I have learned today, and how can I implement that in my life. And constantly, when you are thinking about that, happiness will come. So when you see the movie, one type of happiness comes. But anxiety also there, exhaustion is also there. But when you are going to bed, and before closing your eyes and looking at the photo of your God and Goddess, and then visualizing that, closing your eyes, you see that God or Goddess is with you, taking the holy name, slowly you are going to sleep, that will be another type of joy. And that will make your mind very calm. And great confidence will come back. I have got so many things. So why should I be worried? My life is not depending on the clappings of other people. You know why the tension? Because what other people will talk about me. If the people are not clapping for me, if the people are not appreciating me, I break down. Why? When I was born, I never knew who is going to clap for me and who is going to criticize me. I never bothered. And when I am going to die, I will die like that. I am not going to depend on the people. So that is the main teaching of the Sadhu Sangha. And in the Sadhu Sangha, that discrimination comes, the vichara comes, the analytical mind that develops. Oh, God has given me so much. And why should I have to worry about it? Then one person, he was expressing, almost crying. And he was telling Swamiji what will happen to me and all that. In Chicago, he came and met me. He's a physicist. And he's a very successful person. Even then, not satisfied. I had to look around and see. When you were, where you were born, who were your friends, where are they now? Analysis is an essential thing in our life. Now God has given you so much. Among the millions of people, now you are here in America. You got the opportunity to study. Now you are finishing your study. After that you will get a job and you are a physicist. It's not an ordinary thing. So many things God has given, still you are not satisfied. Now I will tell you one story that happened in the devotee's life. He was almost the top engineer, but something happened. That was the time of the communist time in West Bengal. And his junior officer was promoted to the top the position, and he lost that. He was supposed to get that, and that is only for 3-4 years. And then he was thinking that he will commit suicide. So I was not knowing. So he came to meet me at Purulia with his daughter. Then afterwards, next day, his daughter rang to me and said, Swamiji, I got the small piece of paper. My father has said that I must meet you so that you arrange me to go back to Calcutta. And he has gone out somewhere here to commit suicide. And Purulia is a dry land, you know. This is a very bad place to commit suicide. I told the daughter, don't worry, your father will never be able to do that. That mission will fail because there is no tree at all where he will hang. And even 1 or 2 trees are there. The villagers are from the early morning, they will be there. So you cannot just go and hang yourself. So there will be a lot of curiosity, so you cannot. Ponds are there, no water, so you cannot drown there. No river nearby. Only place that is a railway line, and one train comes and that is also not sure whether on that day it will come or not. So you have to wait over there. So it's a very bad place to commit suicide, so don't worry. And then I called the police officer, then I told Thana that OC, he's from Calcutta and he'll be wearing naturally, mostly Calcutta people, aristocrats, they will be in the morning, the white Punjabi and pajama, and he was a chain smoker, and in this excitement he'll be smoking. Please find out this type of person whether near the station. They found him and brought him. Then I asked him, what happened to you? God gave you everything. Now you are having a house, a car, a wife, a daughter. What else you want? And only for 3 years, the someone who was below and will be your head, he won't be able to look at your eyes. He knows that. Because you are a qualified person. Can't you be satisfied by this? Let them do whatever I have got, God has given me, I am satisfied, fully satisfied. So this is the way, if you think, everything will be positive. So first we have to understand that. In my own life, when I went to Andaman, you cannot imagine the poverty and that ashrama, the condition of the ashrama. Of course, the first thought that crossed my mind, why me? Why they have posted me over here? The second thought, I have been chosen by God to do something wonderful over here. This is my opportunity. I should do that. So it was a very, very challenging. You cannot imagine 50 orphan boys and no money at all. I used to give them only the handmade bread, and they were very fond of egg roll. Egg roll is costly. So I used to give the only 1 spoon of sugar and then rolling the roti. I used to say sweet roll instead of egg roll. And the children, they were very happy. So sweet roll. By that way, we used to live over there. But then things changed. Everything changed by the Mother's grace. One after another people came and everything got completely changed. I was the happiest man over there. So first, maybe there is a challenge, but bless yourself, thinking God has given me the opportunity. That's why this challenge. I must overcome it. That is called vichara. And when we get the sadhu sangha, the first thing that we must learn, that is the self-confidence. Swami Vivekananda said, self-confidence. The more I grow, the more it seems to me that everything lies in manliness. This manliness means self-confidence. This is very, very essential for our daily life. And for spiritual life, of course. So we are targeting for the moksha. And moksha, how we have decided to go to moksha? Because that is the source of joy. How we understood that is the source of joy? Because we have in our dream, in our sleep, first body, then the dream world, then we go to the dreamless world, dreamless sleep. And when we come back, we are always happy. That proves when there is no body, when there is no mind, there is the source of joy. I must reach over there. How? First, I will go to a holy person. And in the holy company, I must learn what is the ultimate thing I should practice. And the practice, my mind is the main cause of suffering. It is not the body, it is the mind. Body never suffers, it is the mind only suffers. So I have to control my mind. How I can control my mind? By thinking positively. The something is going to be good. So I must continue with this. Friends, today's afterwards there will be a little recess for the tea break, and then we will come back and discuss other two, that is Shamo and Vichara. This Shamo and Vichara also the part of this, but here when we are thinking about it, I will tell you a story that happened in the life of a dancing girl. So in those days, in the ancient time, these dancing girls, they used to go to the king's palaces, and there's a group of people, somebody will be playing, somebody will be singing, and she used to dance. And they will be keeping the plate, so all people will be giving the donation on that. Money and other things they used to give. King naturally will give a lot of gold and all. With a great hope that lady came with her all group. But the king was very miserly person. In the first thing, he was told, no, I am not going to pay anything. If you like to dance, you dance yourself. I am not going to pay. Then the minister told, sir, if you are not doing it, she will go to the next king and they will tell about your miserliness. I will pay something. So you better arrange that. So if you pay, then I don't have any problem to look at the dance. I will enjoy that. So miserly king, he was sitting there. The girl was dancing. And the first hour of the night passed. Nothing was there. No gift was there on the plate. So she was indicating to that musician, let us stop and go away. They won't give anything. Why unnecessarily we are dancing? The musician was a wise person and he said, बहुत गई, थोड़ी रही, ताल में भंग ना पाए. It's a beautiful story. बहुत गई, at least 1 hour you have already danced, and little left only. So continue, don't stop it. See what happened. And suddenly the prince, the son of the king, he came and gave a lot of gold and jewelries over there and left. King was taken aback. Oh my God, why so much of costly thing he has given over there? Why he did like this? But openly he couldn't say, he was waiting. Next hour, the daughter of the king also did the same thing. And finally, a monk from the gathering, he also came, he also gave whatever he was having and offering and waiting. Then king became curious. After the dance was over, minister of course paid all those things, and the king called his son, his daughter and that monk. Why, of all people, you gave so many things? Then the son told him, no father, this night I wanted to kill you to become king. You have become old, but still you are not sharing anything, and I am also becoming, the age is coming, when I will become king. But this wonderful teaching, बहुत गई, थड़ी रही, ताल में भंग ना पाए. A lot of time has already gone. Continue and don't break the promise. So that inspired me. I am a son. If I kill you, the father, the whole history will tell the son killed his own father to become king. And I am already an aged person now. It is almost 60. I am 62, like that. And how long I am going to survive to become after being a king? By doing that heinous work? No, I don't do that. So I gave up all those things and I became very satisfied. The king told, oh, this is unique that you have already expressed. But anyway, don't worry, I will share with you. Then the daughter, why you are doing like that? The father, you are thinking that in my marriage a lot of money will be spent, so you are not arranging my marriage. So I thought the person who takes care of your horse, with him I will go away this night when people are over here enjoying the dance. Everything was arranged. I was supposed to leave secretly. Then that word came to me, बहुत गई, थोड़ी रही, ताल में भंग ना पाए. So then I understood that in my life, if I am not marrying, what is there? But if I live like that, with a person who takes care of the horses, and that will bring bad name for our family. So I decided that I will remain like this, won't marry, but I will never do that thing. That will bring bad name for our family. The king was, oh my God, I was not knowing like that. Then he looked at the monk. Hey, what happened to you? He said, I was practicing meditation for such a long time, but I couldn't realize God. Then I thought, let me go and marry and settle down as a householder. So then, when I was passing, I saw this arrangement. I came to enjoy the dance, and then I heard again the same words. Lot of time has already passed. A little left, don't break your promise. I thought, that's true. I have practiced for long 20 years. A little left, why should I have to break my promise? This is called sadhu sangha. Then the king, of course, the end of the story, the king told, I am giving my whole kingdom to my son, and he gave the marriage to his daughter, and he told the monk, you be here as our king's guru, so you need not to worry about yourself. So this is the way the story goes, one teaching that changed the mind, but that depends on the person who is listening to this. Thank you, friends. Again we will meet after some time.